Welcome back, everyone. We have ESMAD versus Sailors. Coming off the back of their win against the Eagles just a moment ago, hoping to see ESMAD making those plays and getting an easy win.
Yeah, this is a very exciting previous game for MAD. They did manage to beat Eagles in their last one, which was the previous finalist in the last tournament. It was MAD versus Eagles. They should be very, very happy moving into this next game, having beaten their previous tournament's rivals. Should be hopefully seeing a nice, good, clean game here. A little bit less of a fiesta, hopefully, and see some good league.
I want to see more of a fiesta. I want to see those kills, baby.
Well, let's see what happens on this one. Already level 1 coming out. We've got a light movement into topside jungle by MAD. Could be a little bit careful here with Viego on the topside bush. It could be a little bit dangerous. Not going to go for an invader team.
Oh, Tigito. So we have a star player. Oh, okay. They can't. Okay, yeah. So we have Tiaguito here as well. Star from Portugal, hoping to put in some work here, show us why he's top of the league. I'm hoping to see Sailors sort of come into it. I want to see them sort of do the things that I was putting the Eagles down for in the last game. I want to see that vision, and I hope that Tiaguito is going to be able to do that for us. We're looking at a little bit of a different team for MAD this time. Sticking with the Victor in the mid lane. Keeping the Nami in the support, but we've got an Ezreal as the ADC, we've got an Ornn in the top lane, and then we've got a Wukong in the jungle. I think that's an interesting comp.
Yeah, Wukong jungle, not something I see much generally anymore. It's quite strong, good CC up post 6, but before 6 could be quite tricky to get these ganks out with no crowd control. Could be quite an interesting match here.
We'll see. I'd like to see sort of the engage from the Ornn followed up by the Nami, then for the Wukong to be jumping in. I think that might be what they're going for.
I definitely do like MAD's comp, especially for the late game, coming in here with Ezreal, with Ornn providing that massive amount of value from his passive and items post 13. And I do think MAD has the late game just comp-wise, although we do look at SLS side, we have a Nivea, very, very good late game, very good at controlling space, could be quite tricky to play around.
Indeed. I think they do have some good scalers on the side of Sailors. You're looking at like Yone late game is pretty disgusting, especially if he's building that lifesteal. You've got Sejuani, who's just incredibly tanky, if not rivaling that Ornn in the top lane. However, scaling being said, obviously Ornn can just grant those improved mythic items or items across the board. So that will certainly be a help for them.
And this will be quite interesting. I expect this game to be slightly less of a fiesta than last time, just because both teams seem to be geared more towards late than early kill pressure.
Slow push by the Yone here in the top lane. A very fast push for the bot lane. I'm not really sure who wins out here at the moment. I certainly think, as we mentioned last game, the fight for the Wukong. Who secured that crab there? It was the Wukong, so he got away with that one. And I think he's going to get away with his life as well.
Works out very, very well for MAD here, especially because the Ornn was pushed into tower, so could not help in the jungle there. So it was quite a tricky fight. Could have gone very poorly for Wukong, but does, like you said, manage to get out with crab and his life intact.
I think Wukong's just going to move straight down bot side. Not really worried about showing himself. Just going to move for that second scuttle, which can actually make a big difference for the junglers. That's a good 136 gold or so. Certainly going to put him with an extra small item in this early game. Don't really ever see Wukong killing Sejuani, even if there was an invade there. I just don't see it. I think she's one of the most tanky champions in the game. She's got a lot of ways to escape as well. Wukong's sitting in that ward on the bot side, so I think they know he's there now.
Not as much pressure coming out from either team as we saw in our previous game, but here we do. Having said that, we do see an engage by Yone, just slowly taking down the health bar of this Ornn. Can be quite a dangerous matchup. Yone with the no mana and his E to get out. If you get too low here, it can be very, very dangerous for you, even under your own tower. especially with that true damage coming in on the second half of E.
I think that E with the Yone is just so easy to just jump under a tower, do a bunch of damage, and just get out for free. As soon as you realize that one tower shot would sort of do you in, you can kind of just click that unstoppable button and just take yourself back.
Yeah, I would be very afraid if I was Ornn here. Just looking at HPs and the fact that we're very close to level 6, if Ornn is not careful, we could be seeing a solo kill come out from that Yone player.
Credit where credit's due, though. I think the Ornn is doing very well, keeping up on the CS, almost neck and neck in that top lane, regardless of the pressure from the Yone. So obviously not too afraid to step up. Taking a tower shot there, put themselves on even. I don't see Ornn really ever being able to take a fight with that Yone unless it is under his own tower. Maybe at 6 he can give him a shot, and when he's a bit tankier. And Nivea probably going to have to back there as well with 1 HP until her respawn.
Yeah, Eskimos coming in again from last game being MVP, showing us again why he was doing absolute work on Anivia here. Massive CS lead of already 17. He's got a massive HP lead. The only thing he's losing in is mana, but that's not too much of a problem for a player with teleport. Or cleanse even, my bad. I apologize. It's not too much of a problem for him as he just wants to be hitting these E's to get stacks of his passive, killing minions. It's all that he wants to do. He's going to be scaling up with his Hex Core, and he's looking very, very happy here. If he can pop a Nivea passive already down.
That was very, very good E there. I think it literally just nipped her right on the end.
Very, very close hit. But the Nivea passive coming out, obviously now back at full HP, so isn't going to have to worry about poke for a little while. Smart use of passive, actually. It's more useful than people realize for just being able to stay in lane.
Wukong looking for that Scuttle Crab. I think he's not going to bother with it just yet.
Yeah, I think a 4-man for that Scuttle is quite enough to push Wukong away. I don't think he really wants to mess with that.
They are going to start up the Cloud Drake there. I don't really think there's going to be any contest. Ezreal doesn't have his R yet, so there's nothing really that he can do to try and steal that one. And there we go. We will see the first Dumar Drake going down towards Sailors. Again, like last game, we've got an engage here from the Ornn. Now, I said that he might be able to take him at level 6. He's used the Ignite here. He's getting away with one hit. No,
and the flash comes in. Well played.
That was certainly a lot of faith in himself to get that sort of amount of damage down from that Ornn. I did say as soon as I said level 6, maybe he'll give him a go, and he certainly delivered. I thought there was an Ignite down. Ornn does not have Ignite, so I'm not really sure where that burn damage was coming from.
Speaking of Ignites coming down, Ignite goes out onto Karma. Again, we were previously saying star player for Red side. Doesn't die this time. Has to flash away, but honestly, I think not too bad for Red.
I think this is a decent matchup bot lane. I think this is this is going to go a little bit more fairer than the Eagles game. The Kalista Nautilus I thought was going to be very good at the early, and basically Mad just sort of stayed away from them. Really, got a gank here in the mid lane. But the Lucian Karma against an Ezreal Nami, I can see, they both got sustain there. They've both got the means to keep their ADCs alive. Both ADCs are able to sort of get themselves out when they need to. They're just zoning off this Anivia from the wave. She's going to make it back to her tower. She doesn't have her passive for quite a time now. So probably just going to back, reset, maybe teleport back in to sort of collect that wave.
It is quite a fight going down on the top side. Jungle here. We see Yone could be coming down from top side to help clean up, but we've already got 2 kills coming down with Wukong and Sejuani dead, both junglers down. And here we do see that Yone coming in, and he may be able to pick up the kill on this Nami. Let's see what happens here. The Q hits, and yeah, that's a dead Nami. Very well played by both sides here. This is a very even match so far. We'll see Mad still about slightly less than 1k gold in the lead, but SLS with a Drake in the lead. So I think this is going to be a very interesting match.
I find it interesting how Mad are ahead on gold at the moment, considering that there is a Drake down for Sailors. However, I don't know whether that might be to do with the towers. Maybe anyone got some extra.
If we look at CS here, we can see that Mad is winning in both top lane and mid quite convincingly. Again, mid lane coming out. This Victor very, very solid player. He's, well, won last game very convincingly for his team, and he's holding his own very, very well so far.
Well, there is a kill down for Tiaguito on that Karma, so they should be afraid, very, very afraid. Hopefully showing us what work he can put in being the star of his team. We'll see. That is a Rift Herald that is going to go down for Sailors. It's going to be interesting to see where they use that. That is also on the Sejuani. Might be... Sorry, yes, because I didn't hear. Going to clear that mid ward there as well and make sure that there's some sort of avenue for Karma to sort of roam and get some vision down as well.
So, let's have a little look at the gold.
There is a...
Ooh, we've got a fight coming in here. Nami ult coming out to zone Sejuani. Stun coming in from Karma. Looks like both teams going to be able to walk away with all of their lives intact. Only coming in for an engage here. And going to be coming back. Right, let's have a little look at the gold here. We can see Mad very, very convincingly in the lead here. All top 3 spots for gold in this game. Top 4 now, all going to players from Mad. And if we look with Ezreal and Victor, both very, very high value champions for this for Mad as their team, they're the players you want to see ahead. So it might be a little bit tricky for Sailor to come back here if they can't get more of a chokehold. Ooh, gank coming into bot side, Karma stun coming out, showing us why they are the star of that team. Oh, but still manages to get the kill on Lucian. Very, very fast damage coming out there, and Lucian goes down very quickly.
There's almost nothing the Karma was going to be able to do to save him then, I don't think.
No, I think that was quite a convincingly easy kill from Mad. Again, showing us why they were the finalists for last tournament.
They are. I think they might be looking to get their second, so let's not hold our breath. Let's see whether the Sailors can come up with something. There is going to be a Hex Tech Drake up next. We're looking at a gank bot, and this is not what they want with that Drake coming up. That's going to be stun up on the Nami, probably a kill for the Anivia there.
He
followed very up.
Sejuani goes wide, does not seem to matter, and we have Sailors. Very good fight around bot side at a very good time for them. Going to be able to pick up their second dragon this game, I imagine. Wukong is around bot side, but would be a very hard steal against 3 members of Sailor.
I think that will be, there it is, a second Dumar Drake down towards Sailors. Again, similar to last game, you see Eagles sort of were coming up with these Drakes and things, and it never amounted to anything. However, Sailors are in a lot better position than the Eagles were at this point. The Eagles were already 5-0 down within the first sort of 6 minutes or so. And Sailors are keeping very, very toe-to-toe with Mad in terms of kills and gold. They're only 1k behind still, with 2 dragons in their pocket. We're looking at, here we go, with the experience per champion. We've got the Ornn, and followed very closely by the
Victor here. Again,
Victor.
Eskimo's doing very, very well for his team, keeping himself in the lead ahead of these other players in this game. He's going to be trying to control the team fights and he'll hopefully bring his team for a win.
So we had a little bit of a stutter there, but we are back on. Looking for just a big skirmish fight here in the mid lane. Tiaguito is there to back the Nivea up. Has taken a lot of damage. Might be looking to back here or sort of clear the next sort of wave. Looking at an aggro Yone there as well. Oh, interesting use of the Rift Herald there. There was no stun enough to be able to stop that.
Lots of Hellfire's going low for Sailors here. Oh, and Ezreal comes in! What a beautiful ult from Ezreal, getting a kill and popping Anivia's passive. That's going to be basically securing 2 kills for his team. Well played.
Very well played. I didn't even see that coming. I was just as shocked as probably the player that got killed by it. So. That Rift Herald is going to sink down into the mid lane turret and get some chunk off. However, going to go down very quickly. Victor making sure he's stuck around for that. Again, very even top lane at the moment. Not really much going on. There's sort of like a back and forth between the two. But unless there's a gank, I don't really see anything sort of going further than that.
I will say as well, Mad has seeming improved that gold lead across the course of this game quite consistently. This is a dangerous spot for Sailor to be in. We saw last game alone, I mean, Mad kept just building this gold lead, and it snowballed into items, and once it snowballs into items, that snowballs into team fight wins, and once that starts happening, you're in a very, very dangerous position.
They've just very quickly just picked up 3k gold. I don't know where. I feel like they're just generating it themselves, you know?
It seems like they've got a 401k in the back somewhere.
Yeah. We're a bit behind. Let's have some gold, please.
Yeah, doing very, very well. They're a very consistent team from what I've seen so far, Mad. Doing very well for CS. If you look at the time here, 142 CS at 15 minutes 30 from their mid laner, and 139 from Ornn as well. Especially impressive when you consider the matchups these players are into. It can be quite tricky. One mistake against an Anivia, and you can be in a lot of trouble with that wall, ult, stun, and the E on such low cooldown as well. It's the champion that does surprising damage.
Got a little bit of a red steal there by the sneaky Wukong, gone in for an invade. Ganking top, and Yona's just going to go down.
What a dangerous place for Yone to be in. Oh, but we do have 2 players from Sailor coming up towards top. Might be able to avenge their fall, and Yone going to pick... Oh my god, what a flash of ball, and the ult snipe! And Karma coming back in as well, with the shutdown on Wukong right around Herald as well. I don't see Ornn being able to stop them, push them off of this Herald, but we do have Eskimos in the mid lane, gonna get push the wave in, seemingly going towards bot side. I think they're going to give Herald here. Smart decision. It can be quite dangerous around those pit fights, especially in a 2v3 situation.
We've just seen the first turret go down in the bot lane as well. Ezreal just solo pushing that for his team. Going to grab that extra gold globally as well. And then we're going to see a Rift Herald taken by Sailors. Once again on the Sejuani, maybe looking to put it down mid to open up that map and sort of get that vision down. I've not been seeing super loads of vision compared to the last game from Mad, but also Sailors haven't really been putting that much down. I think it's been more so that they've been putting vision in their own sort of territory. They haven't really had a chance to move into each other's jungles just yet. But with that tower down for Mad, we might be able to see that.
Yeah, here for Mad, that's a very, very fortunate play for Sailors to make that, opening up the mid lane for their team, trying to hopefully be able to get a little bit more global pressure here, because you want to keep Eskimos in this mid lane as long as possible. You don't want to give him the freedom to be just walking around with these team fights, being able to go to objectives. Victor, again, a very, very strong champion when playing around these like Dragon and Baron pits. With his W, his E, his ult, his zoning is very strong. Solo kill for Ezreal, my word.
Oh. Goodbye, Lucian. And then a free Drake. Thank you very much. There we go. Another Dumar Drake for, well, not another one. First for Mad. Mountain Drake. Obviously that's going to be the soul now. That will be super, super strong on that Ornn. That's going to make him unbelievably tanky. I think that both teams are going to need this for their tanks, such as Sejuani and Ornn. We'll see how it goes. But now both mid towers are down. Therefore, the map has been unlocked. So hopefully, as we can see in the bot lane, there is now pushing vision for Mad. We got a couple control ward there for Sailors up in the top lane in that bush on the Ornn side. And
so you can see the player gold charts coming out here. We've got a slight shift in Ezreal now being the player with the most gold in this game. This is very, very dangerous. Sailors coming out.
Nami just going to get shredded the second she turned up, and we might see a kill go down on the Wukong as well. Not the best time, and Yone maybe picking up that gold.
Oh, just not quite enough damage, but he is going to get... Ezreal is getting chased through jungle here.
Oh, he's just going to go away!
No, we got Anivia coming down from top side. If she gets just a tick of ult, he's dead.
There's a death. Yeah. Unlucky. That was
very well
a good
played.
Run.
Ooh, Eskimo coming with the solo kill.
Just absolutely blasts Tiagiso away.
Ooh, stun coming out from an Anivia, though. And again, this is what I was saying before with the Anivia ult and the Anivia wall. Ooh. You've got to be so careful against this champion. Depending on where you are, you can get locked out, and if you don't have flash up, it can just be a death sentence.
Eskimus looking for the looking at Leandri's build this game instead of the Luden's Tempest. I don't know about Yone using the E there. Maybe gonna just have a 1v1 with the Nami and lose. I'm Bola picking that up. That was interesting. I never think I would see a Nami killing Yone. Obviously, very very hurt from the previous conflict, but
Ooh, and looking at XPs here, we have Mad's going to be very, very happy with this situation. Ornn, the player you want to be overleveled if you're going to choose someone to be overleveled on your team. Most XP in the game. He's level 13 already. Going to be able to start churning out those upgraded items, and this is now very, very dangerous for Sailors. They're at a gold disadvantage. Ornn's passive with the items has finally kicked in. We're going to start seeing a lot of value coming out from Mad.
There's been a bit of a slowdown with the turret situation. I think after the bot lane and the 2 mids were taken, there's not been too much pressure in lane. Maybe looking at that top one now, but no one really wanted to push that any further. Just sort of walking the waves up, doing a bit of babysitting with them, and kind of sitting back and letting them push back on them. Just waiting for those picks, I think. Just getting that vision out and just making sure that they sort of land where they want. And there we go. We're going to look for a possible kill.
Ooh, Yone trying to use the ult to get out, gets caught by Wukong. Ult comes in, double knockup, and what a play. Beautiful catch on
Nivea there. I'm going to try and re-engage. The unstoppable, perfect timing from the Ornn. That said,
what a play.
Close range R, and he was ready with that W.
Ornn playing exceedingly well this game. Very, very solid play. Very well-timed macro, and very good micro as well.
I'm not quite counting out Sailors yet. I mean, they've got a big old deficit in the gold. However, their team comp is strong. It is almost as strong. So I just want to see them getting some of these picks and just clawing that gold back. The only person with bounty is the Ornn. So it's not like individually they're particularly well ahead. It's just sort of objectives and turrets and CS that's sort of becoming a problem. Again, we're looking at a big deficit in the mid.
And top lane this game as well.
Exactly, and I think that's just where their gold is coming from. They are just obviously a little bit more proficient with their farming. But
I think it's also coming from wave management a lot this game as well. We've seen Mad missing very, very few waves, especially in mid and top lane. Again, this is where you're seeing the CS lead come from. Instead of backing, doing what we all do in solo queue and going for a random roam, maybe getting a kill, maybe not, and then coming back having lost a full cannon wave. We're seeing a lot of very consistent CSing here, a lot of consistent farming, making sure you're getting that gold where you can, not too risky, just keeping up the consistent gains and win. And that's how you win these games. Slow, consistent play.
We have Scavenger in chat. Ornn's E can actually break Nivea's wall. Wonder if we'll see this happen. Now that would be fun.
I gotta admit, that's an interaction I didn't know about in this game. So
we're looking for that. Dumar Drake going down towards Sailors as well. But are they going to use live for it? And Nivea down already.
Sejuani ult going wide. Yone coming in, catching this Nami. She survives. What amazing burst damage from Ezreal going in. This should be able to flip the fight. Ezreal going absolutely insane along with Victor. Going to be able to pick up hopefully all of these kills, getting the Q landed. Might be tricky for Lucian to escape here. Wukong on his tail should be going down any moment now. And there we go, an ace for Mad. Hopefully moving into this Baron here. This is a very, very good play for Mad. They might be able to win the game off of this one alone.
I think that was very worth. I think they just sort of bided their time with that, Drake. I don't think they were too fast. It wasn't the sole point, and they've obviously just sort of maneuvered themselves into position. There we go. We've got a team websites Baron secured for Mad. I think they were just waiting to pull that trigger. They were just going to obviously let that go, and they were like, if we can clear it with an ace, we can turn our eyes to Baron, and we can just start pushing those waves in and hope to close the game out.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern emerge for Mad. I can see why they're doing so consistently well and why they were a finalist last season. Very, very good plays around these Baron spawns and around this Baron pit. Consistently playing the slow game, letting your enemies make the mistakes and then capitalizing off of it.
I'm enjoying their gameplay. I know we're sort of singing Mad's praises quite a lot, especially in the last game in this one, but it's just because they're doing well. They are.
I mean, they're at almost a 10k gold advantage at this point in the game before 25 minutes.
That is quite a lead, and certainly not one I would want to be on the end of if I was Sailors. But let's just see these picks. But oh my god, Lucian Yone just going to go down within a matter of 2 Qs there in the mid lane. I was going to sort of say, maybe we can see some of these picks, but I think they are so well grounded, so well sort of sticking close by each other, just making sure they've always got backup, and they're never out of position that often. And Ezreal just sort of running away with it now, already sort of being able to tank enough of this stuff. Might get caught here.
Godzilla getting caught after
now, these are the picks that I'm
consistent play.
Because now we're looking at bounties on Mad, and if we can see the Lucian and Sailor's sort of team picking these up, we might see that clawback.
I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Sailors to get a comeback, even with these picks. I mean,
I do agree. Yeah,
it's going to take a lot of mistakes from Mad for Sailors to win this game, but it's very definitely possible. None of these games are guaranteed. You've got to be consistent. You've got to play well throughout the entire length of the game. It doesn't really matter as much if you have the lead early. It just increases your chance of winning.
Might want to try and get the steal at the that last Mountain Drake. Sort of just pick up that soul. It will help a lot. Like we said, they are quite far behind though, and it's whether they're going to get that vision out, which I'm really doubting. I don't think Tiagito is going to be able to sort of get that down. Not in that sort of hostile jungle environment that we're seeing. Mad can pretty much hide anywhere that they want and just get those picks down.
See, this is where we're seeing that gold advantage come into play here. Sailor's just not able to do the damage that Mad is able to do. I mean, look at this Wukong. If they were any more even, he would be dead half an hour before this, and they wouldn't be able to pick up any kills. But Sailor's having a hard time getting this damage down. This gold deficit is, I imagine, proving a bit too much at this point. A 13,000 gold deficit.
I think they're just going to look to
push to end here.
Game. I just want to point out real quick about this MVP of this control ward that's been in the top lane since about minute 10. And is still surviving. We have seen an ace go down for Mad, and I think they're just
This is going to be game. Again, Mad coming in with a very... although we do have respawns, maybe they don't want to risk it. See, okay, this is a good play from Mad. They're, again, singing praises a lot, but they're being safe, they're being consistent, they're not going to let themselves make a stupid mistake that could throw away the game. Exactly. This is a smart back hit.
As well. You get aced here and they get soul for free, and they push their waves out and sort of have that reset time and sort of get to farm up a little bit more with items. You might just see Mad starting to get killed a little bit, but like you said, they've played it safe, they're using their brains, they're thinking, let's not be greedy, let's play for the game.
Yeah, very, very good play coming out here from Mad. Sailors, I will say for them, have played pretty solidly this game. It's just... it's very hard to find these opportunities to win against Mad, it seems.
I think they, like I said, they have managed to get that vision down now. As soon as that sort of tower went down in the mid lane, they were able to sort of push into that jungle, into the open space, put the vision down, and once it seems as soon as Mad know where you are,
they're very proficient at killing you, yeah.
We might look for the Drake here on Mad. Not really any contest. That is a Dumar Drake secured for Mad. Again, I don't think the game's even going to go to a Soul Drake anyway. I don't think there's going to be any chance for Sailors to be able to grab that. So it's just going to be a case of defending, pushing out those waves, and hoping that you can stop Mad at the next Baron potentially.
Yeah, I mean, looking at just win cons at this point in the game, I can see at least 3 players on Mad's team that you could consider a win con in their own right, from Ornn to Ezreal to, again, in the mid lane, Victor. All of these champions are capable of potentially carrying a game on their own, and all 3 of them are individually strong. So I would be very, very afraid if I was Sailors here.
A cheeky gank on Ornn there, pretty much going to do nothing. A little bit of a BM from the Ornn.
A little bit of BM. Ornn knows he can walk up here, spamming emotes.
He can just activate that R anytime he wants, and the team will be right behind him. Is he going to be a bit greedy, though?
We are seeing some greed come out. we've got 3 players against Orm, but he is just
So
refusing to take damage.
Is
Double
there
ult knockup coming through, very good here. Karma getting locked down, going to be a... Ooh, is she going to live or die to the burn? Just dies to the burn. And here we see the value of Victor coming in again, just this move speed, the damage that comes out, and I would be very surprised if this was not the end to this game.
No, I think this is pretty clean cut, which is a shame. I think Sailors sort of gave him a good go to start with. I think it was pretty even. It was just that sort of that flip at that Drake where they all got aced and that goal.
The flip on Drake that went into the first Baron really cemented this as Mad's game, I think.
Just going to have a little play there under the fountain. Yo, not really going to be able to get out there.
And he goes down under his own fountain right before Nexus.
There you go. End of game 2. I mean, Mad just coming out swinging.
Mad's looking like they're going to want to be in the final again, and this time I think they want to win it.
But do you see Sailor's win condition for... Well, I mean, fuck off now. Sorry. I wasn't looking at the chat at that point. I mean, I don't think they really had one, to be honest. I think, like we said, there was just a huge shift at that Drake moving into the Baron, and it just completely cemented ESMAD's win there. There wasn't really that much coming back. There was huge deficit in the gold. What was it, up to 13k? And we weren't even looking at the end there. I don't know how much they were winning at the end.
Yeah, I think by the time you hit a 10k gold disadvantage, it doesn't really matter anymore.
No, exactly.
12k winning. Every member of the team. Very convincing win for Mad.
Oh, Escobar is getting MVP again for the
2 games in a row.
Well deserved. I mean, he's just keeping that massive CS lead. He's sort of roaming the map. He's playing his game. He's playing his lane well. And I think that that's definitely well deserved. Well done, Escobar.
Yeah, Escobar's definitely the one word I'd use to describe him is consistent. It's a CS lead that he brings forward, not doing anything too crazy in terms of solo kills early, unless, again, his laner makes a mistake, but very consistent play, slow burning, get that guaranteed gold from creeps, and just get an item advantage, get team fight wins, get a game win.
Well, commiserations for Sailors there. They did well. I thought they played quite well. Again, they
just a good fight, especially early game, matching Mad, but unfortunately, Mad just ran away with it in the end.
Just ran away with it, yep. Do we have I think, we are coming to the end of the stream, I'm afraid, guys. We will have more games for you next week as well, certainly just be exciting as these ones. I want to see some more... I want to see some competition for Mad. That's what I want to see coming out in the games in the future. I just want to see some teams that are going to come out swinging just like Mad have, and then sort of give them a good go as well. I want to see them put down a little bit.
Yeah, this has been very, very good games. Mad running away with both, but I think, especially in second game, Sailors did match them early, and, you know, respect where respect is due, and Nivea did pick up a solo kill against Eskimos in that game. So I think it should be some very exciting games, and I would like to see how Mad goes through. Obviously, finalists for last tournament, I think they want to win this one. I would be interested to see if they can.
It is certainly going that way, I think. But thank you, everyone that's come to watch it. This has been LeagueHOFL stream. Please tune in next time. There'll be announcements for it. We'd love to see you in the chat. Say hey, get involved. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your predictions. We want to see all of that. So please join us next time. I've been Mr. Equinox, and this has been my partner, Morgan Iferus. We will see you guys in the next one.
See you guys in the next one.
Peace.